Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And today I am here to show you this little gem that has been gathering a bit of dust in its holder on my desk, just over there. And it is the gift bag punch board. Now what you create with the gift bag punch board are bags, gift bags. Now there are heaps of different ones that you can make. I'm going to keep it really simple today and just make the basic gift bag. You can have them in different widths. And hey Deb, you can have them in different widths and different heights. And I will explain that on the way. So this is, for this project, we are using the Share What You Love specialty designer series paper, and there are two reasons why this is specialty. It does have let's see, there we go, it does have a pearlized treatment on it, and it is a thicker paper to our normal designer series paper. So it is somewhere between our paper and our cardstock. So it gives us a nice rigidity. Look at me using big words. Sorry, it gives it a nice rigidity to make these boxes, so they're not just going to fall apart. So I have, this was my original one. Hello Alison, I'm glad you're catching me live. This is my this is now my template. Hey Margaret, and I'm just waiting to see if any of you can realize what I did with this little baby. Hey Wendy, thank you so much for sharing. I did something really wrong with this paper, and it is the flowers are all upside down, and this is the bottom of the box. So this has now become my template. I could use the other side, but that's okay too. I'll probably use the other side because you can see the score lines a bit more in the video. But this is a fairly simple project. This is the final project that I did in my class, and I had two of these punch boards going around, and despite everyone being a bit scared, upside down. Yes, sorry. I was thinking I was upside down, but yes, the flowers are upside down, Wendy. I wasn't paying much attention, apparently. But yeah, everyone was a bit intimidated by it. I shouldn't say scared. They were a bit intimidated by the punch board, but they were all really happy and thinking of great ideas that they can personally use a bag like this for, which was fantastic. So I'm going to keep this a bit short and sweet, and I'm going to, I better get up my second screen before I, yes, and I will show you some of the patterns in this paper as well when we flip around. So I've got my second screen up so I won't miss any of your comments, and I will turn off my overhead light and I'll be back briefly. Well, not briefly, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not even leaving the room, but you girls know what I mean. Okay. Hello, Miss Renee. Thank you for joining. Oh, sorry, I'm giving you girls all motion sickness. There we go. That was a bit horrible of me. I humbly apologise. Right. Let's see how we're going here. Badly. Right. That is pretty good. So I'll leave you looking at the bag and the punch board. Oh, I do need to, because I have myself the right way. So I'll flip it around so you can actually read what we're doing. Be back in 2 seconds. Okay, all ready to rock and roll. Hello. Oh, till the nurse comes. Not a problem, Jenny. As you know, it will be available on the replay to rewatch. And if any of you are popping in on the replay, please say hi so I know that you've seen the video. And yeah. So this is the gift bag punch board. I'm going to bring it up a bit because it's got... There's not much to it really, but what you can do with it is fantastic. So what we do, we create the sides of the bag, and then we create the gusset. And this little triangle here is how we create the gusset, and I've popped the ribbon through the holes here, and on this side here is where we create those holes. And we also have a punch on this side that we create the flaps for the bottom of the box. So it is fairly simple, and I'm just going to grab my scissors here because I'll need those later. And I also need to grab my tear and tape. So if I grab it now, I know they're up here in the corner and ready for me to rock and roll. So the different widths we can make a small, medium and large bag. So they do have directions and measurements on here with the paper width. So the width for the small bag is 10 inches in total, and you've also got the centimeters 11 and 12 for the large. So what that means is the width of the bag, the gussets, or the width, that's the width of the front, and then the width of the side will stay the same on all the bags. Hi Leanne, and welcome. So the side we can't change, but the width of the front we can. Hey Philomena, thanks so much for joining. So I have used the small measurement, and what I'm going to need to do, it even comes with its own bone folder or scorer, so that just sits in the handy dandy slot at the bottom. And so my piece of cardstock is, just because I'm on a roll with this, I will keep going with this, and I'll show you this paper at the end. Hey Margaret, thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing, Philomena. So the total length of this paper is 10 inches, and the height that I have made it, only because I have centimeters here, it's a touch under 19. So you can make the height of your bag anything you want. The only issue is the punch board is only so long, but nothing is stopping you getting your Simply Scored tool and continuing those score lines. But for the ease of showing you and for the ease of my class, I kept it really, really simple. Hey Kathy, thanks for stopping by. So how we start now, I'm sorry, I'm just getting myself organized here. So we actually are making it upside down. So this is where I went wrong with this piece, is I put it in right way up, and you create the bottom with the punches. So what I should have done is put it in upside down, and it would have been perfect. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this piece next to me as a reference, because it is nice having a reference. And there are a couple of landmarks, I like to call it, on the punch board that are good to know about. So this is our start line, and it also has a little notch. So I'll be referring to this notch or tick the whole way through. I'll tip it up because I know there's a bit of a shadow there. So that's just this here, and it continues down this line, but that's our start line. And then we also have a horizontal score line, which creates the bottom of the bag. I don't think on this bag, on one of the bags I made, I omitted the horizontal line, but I was able to fold them in and it just wasn't as sharp as what it is when you score it, but I made it work, which was really good. And then we've got our triangle pieces here that creates the gussets in the bag. And then we have the small, medium and large. So we're only going to be playing with the small because I have sized this piece of paper for the small. And of course we've got our punch, which creates the bottom flaps for the bag. I think that's everything I have to tell you. Hey Karma, thank you so much for joining. So what I'm going to do is pop this piece of paper in as far as it can go. And I am going to pop it up to the start line that's just here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is punch. So that's creating these notches here. And then while I'm holding it in butt against the top here, I'm going to do my horizontal score line. And we start with the side. A front or back. So we go front, side, and then at the very end we have the tiny bit for adhering. So from this I want to go down the small score line. Okay, I'll just do that twice. Now you will use less force if you're using our normal designer series paper, but because this designer series paper is a bit thicker, I can use a touch more force. So this score line that we just made, I'm going to bring along to the tick mark because we can't see the start line now because we're part way through. So now that it's up here, I'm going to punch again. I'm going to do my horizontal line, score that to create the bottom, and because we've already done a front, we're now going to do a side. So we have this line here. Oh, get in this groove, Ellen. Right, so we're going to do the side, and then we're going to do the triangle, which creates the gusset, and then so I've just created one side, the middle, and the triangle of the gusset. Okay, and then I'm going to take this side score, I'm going to take to that tick mark. Why isn't this one? Yep, I did punch that all the way through. So the last score line that I made, I'm going to take that to that tick mark and start by punching. I did just move that a touch. And you guys are getting my notifications. You know what I'm doing this afternoon. I'm reminding you all that I'm going to the swimming pool. And I do my horizontal line, and I've done a front, a side. I'm now going to do my back, which means I'm going back to the small line. We don't have any doggy visitors today. She's very happy on her bed. So I've done that side score, or the small score, and I'm going to take that score line once again to that tick mark. And then I'm going to punch. I'm going to do my horizontal line, and I'm going to create a side. So we go down, make sure I'm in the groove, go down the side, do my triangle, and do this side as well. And then I need one more punch, no more scoring, but I need to take this side to this really, there we go, that is stuck in there. Hold on. There we go. It wasn't quite punched through. So I'm going to take this side, last score line right to here, and there we go, and punch. So that is this end and all the scoring done. I'm going to take away all my mess here. Now actually, I'm going to just keep this and I'm going to do my tiny bit of trimming at the end. I am now going to flip the gift bag punch board around, and I have, so this is called the reverse punch, and as I said, this creates the holes that we thread our ribbon through to close the bag. You can also, if you wanted to, you could do the same punches on the top here and create a flap, and there are heaps of videos if you search for gift bag punch board to do that, but as I said today, I'm keeping it nice and simple in how it was designed to work, but there are plenty of other things that you can do with this punch board. So now where all these V's go up, this is where we're going to take this tick mark and line up with all those V's at the opposite end and punch our holes. I couldn't think of any easier way to explain it when I was teaching this. So make sure it's all the way in, down we go, and we have our two holes. And where the V goes up again, line up that score line. Do I even? Yes, I do have a score line there. My lighting is so good I can't see my own score lines. Punch the next V and punch, and the next V and punch, and then we need to do this very end piece. So what we're doing is imagining that there's a score line there and punching our final hole. And that essentially is our box done, besides a tiny bit of gluing and threading ribbon. So first and foremost, this strip here will actually turn into our adhesive edge. So what I'm going to do, I am going to just angle these so the edges don't pop out of the bag. You know, make it nice and neat, and I can discard these two pieces. Sorry if you can hear the birds outside. I've got the window open because it's such a beautiful day, and the birds are very happy with the weather today. They've been quite loud all day. Now I'm just scoring on the main score lines. I'm going to leave the gussets until the bag is together. It just makes life a little easier to create those. So now I should close my scissors because that's a little dangerous. So then I'm also going to pop all my tabs, and to put this box together, all we actually need is 2 pieces of glue. You heard right. It is actually really, really easy to pop together. So I could have used this, but I'm a colour girl. It is beautiful paper Philomena. I will show you the rest of the patterns in a sec. I really love the out of these two, this one is my favorite, but I do like the pearlized sheen of this one. I'll pop it in the light so you can see the sheen. Okay, so with right side facing up, we just want to put a strip of our tear and tape glue. And if you did want to purchase any of these products and you live in Australia, please feel free to contact me and I can help you out. So we've just got one strip there. I do personally put the strip right near that score line. I could add a double strip, but I don't need that. But I pop it right up near the score line because that's where this edge is going to be. And then I'm going to flip this on the inside and just put a strip of glue or strip of tear and tape right here, and that will close the bottom of our bag. Right, I do like the tear and tape for these boxes. It is a really strong glue, and it's also, because it tears, it is also extremely easy to pop on. So remove the backing, and the box is as easy as folding over this and folding the box in half. So just making sure this is nice and square. And that is how our box goes together. Now I'm going to pop in the sides, or they're all sides, but you get where I'm going. Hello, Miss Nicole. You've missed all my punching with my bag. I'm making a very simple bag, no swing tag, no nothing, just playing with the punch board. So what you want to do at the bottom, make sure you've got it fairly square and tack that down. Did I? Yes, I have. It doesn't want to play. It's not playing. Okay, tack that down. What I normally do is take my bone folder, and this one just isn't going to cut it. It's not long enough. Let me see if I can grab my other bone folder. I like this bone folder with the nice rounded edge, and that just puts pressure on it. Oh, that's okay. Yes, it is arvo for me, but I will say good morning for you because I know we're a couple of hours difference time-wise. You're completely on the other side of the country. Okay, and my hands aren't long enough. Oh, this bottom of the box is going to be the death of me, girls. I just can't get... Actually, yes I can. If I put my hand inside, so I've just put my hand inside so I can put some pressure. Why didn't I think of that? Or a ruler, yes, or my hand. Hey Josie, thanks for joining. Just popping together a gift bag using the gift bag punch board. Okay, so now that I have, before I lose this, I'm going to put it back in the handy dandy holder in the bottom because I borrowed this board from a friend. This is, the other one's elsewhere, but this was the easiest one. I borrowed it from one of my downline for the class. So now we're up to our gusset. So I'll have this one lying this way. And what we just want to do is just put some pressure. And you don't have to be forceful, but you just want to just put some pressure so this closes. So you just want to, it helps because I have nails. Josie, I have a confession to make. I forgot to wear purple. And I know you know what that means. It was epilepsy day and one of my children has epilepsy and I totally forgot to wear purple. Now, I have run out of my beautiful rich raspberry velvet ribbon. But what I thought, because we have dots on here, I do have our gorgeous polka dot, and I can see it, and I've got it. So I do have our gorgeous, no, that's not the polka dot, grabbed the wrong roll. Dun, dun. I do have our gorgeous polka dot tulle ribbon. So I thought that would look really fun. But, Josie, in my defense, I have purple hair. So technically, I'm always wearing purple. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy, for joining. And, yeah, I'll catch you next time. Okay, so what I do with this is I just lay this over the hole and a bit closer to the end. And I just use my scissors to feed this. It doesn't work so well with tulle because my scissors want to go all the way through. So to the other side, so I can, now my fingers have got to play ball, so I can just pull it through. So I've threaded it through all 4 of those holes in one go because I line them up so nicely, which doesn't always happen. Just saying, your boxes are not always going to be perfect. But I'm just thankful today that mine was, because it certainly saves some time threading it through so many holes. Okay, so line the end of it up there. Going to, now I'm not too worried if I mangle the end of the ribbon because I am going to trim it off and make it look pretty anyway. Oh, damn. Fingers, all fingers and thumbs. That's okay. You girls know I have my hand issues. This will be much easier for me if I didn't have my hand issues. But I just have to do things sometimes a few more times than the normal person. And that's okay. I accept that. It's me. Okay, right. That wasn't too bad. So that is through that end. And I think I am just going to give myself a bit more length, even a bit more than that. Exactly, Philomena, and this is a really cute pattern. I will show you the other ones. They are quite, this is actually quite flowery, so it does sort of work for that Easter theme, even though it's not spring here in Australia. It is autumn, but it does have some nice patterns. So I am now just going to tie a pretty bow, and with this tulle, it doesn't matter how your knot looks because it's thin ribbon, you just need to tie a bow. Okay, make it nice and tight, make a nice fluffy big bow. And we can fluff it out after we have tied it. And I've lost my hole here. Right. Okay, got it. So we can fluff around with that for as long as we wanted to, which isn't long for me. But I can now turn this. Have my ends falling down and my loops falling down, but I'm really happy for that. I like it being a bit flouncy. And that is our basic bag done. So you can see here 2 of the same bag, and the other I did end up, I just haven't threaded the ribbon through it. I did end up making this flowery pattern as well, and this is the one I forgot to score along the edges, so you can see it's just a bit more rounded than the other bags. Hello, Miss Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, now that we have done that, so I will just pop my things off to the side and I will bring over the pack of paper to show you all the other designs that are in there. as you can see, I've used this paper heaps. I think I ended up buying 2 packs, and there are heaps and heaps of amazing patterns. So we do have this, and there are like 15 different colors in this. So we do have this pattern where these larger flowers have been pearlized, and then we have this really nice neutral background. I really like that that can be used for anything, and the color in the background I want to say is crumb cake, and I love a good bit of crumb cake. Hey Elfie, this is a great basic leaf pattern. And then we have these really roughly watercolored flowers, and they also have the pearlized effect on the flowers and the leaves. And I like how handmade it is. And this also, none of it is perfect. It's all handmade, which I love. So then we have this like sprig leaf pattern, and these colors will be Mossy Meadow and Tranquil Tide, which I really like together, and I like the mottled background. Hey Jennifer, thanks for joining. And we have these Grapefruit Grove flowers, once again very roughly coloured, and then with the pearlized finish. I'm going to be really sad to lose this paper because I am going to make some cards in the very near future using them. So they're the other patterns. Now the other pattern we have, I'm going to see, here. You can tell this is my favorite because I don't have a full piece of it left. Is this one with almost every color in the suite in it, and then we have this gorgeous, and my girlfriend worked out that these are all names of flowers in a really messy script font on the back. So this is this pack of paper. I have heaps of scraps and heaps of things that I still want to do with it. So it's specialty for the 2 reasons, because of this pearlized overlay over it, and because it is thicker. So it's not quite a cardstock weight, but as I said, it was great and is great to make boxes with. So that's pretty much me done for today. I do hope you enjoyed me showing you the, if I can get it in, it's attracted to my desk at the moment, the gift bag punch board. It's fairly inexpensive and you can do lots of things with it. I have just done the basic box today, but as I said earlier, if you Google the gift bag punch board, there are plenty of ideas out there and things, additional things you can do with it other than making this basic bag. And as I said, you do have your 3 sizes that you can make. So this is the narrowest, and then you have all your other ones as well, or you could just use the side and make little square boxes as well. So they'd be this width on a square all the way around. So that's another option that you can take. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope it was simple enough for to understand. It isn't complicated, but there are just a few steps that you need to follow. So I hope to be back to see you sometime over the weekend. I do have a date with my filing cabinet to file my tax return, which is nearly due, so I don't want to get any fines there. But I hope you all have a great couple of days, and I hope to see you on the weekend. Bye.